Last month, I also took an action endorsed unanimously by the U.S. Senate just months before. I recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
With recent revelations from former President Donald Trump sparking curiosity and speculation, delve into the secrets buried beneath its ancient streets. Could these findings hold the key to unlocking prophecies about the city's fate and its significance in the modern world? What secrets do recent archaeological discoveries hold? How do ancient prophecies intersect with today's political landscape? And could these events foreshadow something monumental on the horizon? Well, if you want to know this all, then stay tuned till the end. On December 6, 2017, the United States made a groundbreaking announcement declaring Jerusalem as the capital city of Israel. This move, led by President Trump, sparked a whirlwind of reactions worldwide. Trump even promised to relocate the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, solidifying its status. While Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu cheered the decision, not everyone was on board. Countries and leaders worldwide criticized the move, fearing it could escalate tensions in the already volatile region. Despite the uproar, the United States stood firm, flexing its special power to veto any opposition at the United Nations Security Council. But what does this mean for the future of Jerusalem? Could this decision be a piece of a larger puzzle unfolding before our eyes? Let's take a look at how countries around the world reacted to Trump's decision on Jerusalem. While some nations like the United Kingdom, France, Japan, Italy, and Sweden criticized the move, others, such as Guatemala, expressed support by pledging to relocate their embassies to Jerusalem. Additionally, countries like the Czech Republic, Honduras, Paraguay, and Romania contemplated following suit in Europe. Federica Mogherini, a key figure in EU foreign policy, emphasized that all EU countries agreed that East Jerusalem should belong to Palestine if they achieve independence. For Trump supporters, this decision marked a triumphant moment, fulfilling his bold promise. However, it stirred controversy and was seen as disrupting peace negotiations in the Middle East. Despite the differing opinions, Jerusalem remained in the global spotlight due to its significance to Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. The ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict continued to draw attention to this ancient city, highlighting its enduring importance in today's world. Jerusalem holds immense significance for Christians, Muslims, and Jews alike, with its history dating back to around 3500 BC. During the early Bronze Age, around 1000 BC, King David conquered Jerusalem, establishing it as the capital of the Jewish kingdom. His son, Solomon, built the first temple, housing the Holy Ark of the Covenant. However, in 586 BC, the Babylonians destroyed this temple, leading to the exile of Jews from Jerusalem. Around 50 years later, the Persian king Cyrus permitted Jews to return and rebuild their temple over time. Throughout history, Jerusalem has been occupied by various groups, including Romans, Persians, Arabs, Crusaders, and Muslims. The Temple Mount, a compound on a hill in Jerusalem, holds religious significance for all three major religions. It includes the Western Wall, the Dome of the Rock, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. For Jews, it's the holiest place, believed to be where Abraham was prepared to sacrifice his son Isaac. Muslims consider the Dome of the Rock as the place from which Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. The Western Wall, managed by the Rabbi of the Western Wall, is the closest place where Jews can pray to the Holy of Holies. Christians also find importance in the Temple Mount, as it's mentioned in both the Old and New Testaments of the Bible. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, located in the Christian Quarter, is believed to be the site of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Despite its religious significance, Jerusalem has been plagued by tension and conflict, with Jews facing restrictions on praying openly at the Western Wall, leading to frustration among Palestinians. This ongoing dispute attracts radical groups, making it challenging to find a resolution. In simpler terms, Jerusalem is an ancient city of immense importance to three major religions: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Over the centuries, it has been the center of conflict and contention as people continue to vie for control over its sacred sites and history. Temple Mount stands as a sacred site in Jerusalem, housing significant religious landmarks such as the Western Wall, the Dome of the Rock, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This area holds immense importance for Jews, who believe it's where Abraham nearly sacrificed his son and where their ancient temples once stood. Muslims also revere Temple Mount, as they believe it's the place from which Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. For Christians, it holds significance as the site of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, as mentioned in their holy texts. When former President Trump hinted at something major happening in Jerusalem, it ignited widespread speculation and excitement. Many interpreted it as a sign of extraordinary events unfolding. This convergence of beliefs and history has made Temple Mount a focal point of global attention and anticipation, sparking discussions about its potential role in shaping future events. Trump's announcement about Jerusalem stirred a whirlwind of reactions, with some viewing it as a validation of their religious beliefs, while others questioned his motives. Skeptics doubted Trump's sincerity, citing his history of making controversial statements for attention. This sparked heated debates among Christians, Jews, and Muslims, each interpreting Trump's words differently. Some saw it as a harbinger of the end times, while others urged caution, wary of getting too caught up in speculation. The media dissected Trump's prophecy, analyzing every word to decipher its meaning. Social media buzzed with discussions and speculations as people from all walks of life shared their opinions on the matter. Amidst the uncertainty, one thing was clear. Trump's pronouncement had sparked a global conversation that touched upon deeply held beliefs and stirred emotions across the board. Just recently, a team of archaeologists in Jerusalem made a breathtaking discovery buried deep beneath the ancient streets. Imagine stumbling upon a hidden chamber filled with treasures of antiquity, gleaming jewels, weathered scrolls, and enigmatic relics. These scrolls, bearing secrets etched thousands of years ago, held an astonishing revelation. Among them was a prophecy eerily reminiscent of a statement once made by Donald Trump, suggesting that Jerusalem would forever be the capital of Israel. The mere mention of this find sent waves of excitement through the hearts of many, sparking hopes that an ancient prophecy might finally come to fruition. Yet, this discovery did more than just stir excitement. It reignited curiosity about Jerusalem's rich and storied past. People yearned to delve deeper into its history, eager to unravel the mysteries that lay within its ancient walls. As word spread, Jerusalem transformed into a bustling hub of activity, with tourists flocking to its streets in search of enlightenment and understanding. They came not only to witness its ancient sites, but also to grasp the significance of this ancient city. However, amidst the fervor of discovery and exploration, Jerusalem still faced its share of challenges. Disagreements over control of the city persisted, highlighting the complexities of its geopolitical landscape. Yet, amidst these debates, the realization of a long-held prophecy served as a poignant reminder of the profound power of words and beliefs. To truly understand the significance of this prophecy, we must journey back thousands of years, to a time when God made a solemn promise to Abraham. He pledged that his descendants would inherit a specific land area, which encompasses modern-day Israel. However, the fulfillment of this promise was marred by a tumultuous history, marked by exile and rejection. For nearly 2 millennia, the Jewish people endured exile from their ancestral homeland, their longing for return echoing through the annals of time. Then, in 1948, Israel was reborn as a nation, a beacon of hope amidst a sea of turmoil. Yet this momentous occasion was met with resistance from neighboring nations, igniting decades of conflict and discord. However, amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged in 2020. In a remarkable turn of events, the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain shocked the world by signing the Abraham Accords, a historic peace agreement with Israel. This unprecedented move paved the way for a new era of cooperation and understanding in the region. But why is this agreement so significant? Well, nestled within the pages of the Bible lies a prophecy foretelling a peace agreement between Israelis and Palestinians, 7 years before a series of major events, including the return of Jesus. The signing of the Abraham Accords reignited discussions about the fulfillment of this prophecy, sparking renewed interest in the ancient texts and their prophetic significance. In the book of Daniel, there lies a prophecy that has captivated the minds of many. It's a prophecy that some believe may be linked to recent events, such as the signing of the Abraham Accords, a landmark agreement that recognizes Israel's right to exist in the land promised to Abraham. This agreement has sparked discussions about a potential connection to a final 7-year period mentioned in prophecy, stirring speculation about what the future may hold. However, amidst talks of prophecy, there's also mention of the Antichrist, a figure from biblical lore expected to emerge from Europe. Yet, while some may be quick to point fingers, it's essential to remember that the focus should not solely be on identifying individuals, but rather on understanding and fulfilling prophecies. The signing of the Abraham Accords is seen as a significant event in this context, shedding light on Jerusalem's enduring significance in biblical texts. Despite facing destruction multiple times, Jerusalem has always been rebuilt, a testament to a promise made by Jehovah in the Garden of Eden regarding the coming of the Messiah. For the Jews, this promise instilled hope, as they believed in the restoration of Jerusalem prophesied by figures like Jeremiah and Isaiah. Key figures throughout history, such as Jeho, Wachan, and Geos, served as reminders of God's preservation of the kingly and priestly lines, further fueling their faith. In Daniel 9:25, the angel Gabriel foretells the timing of the Messiah's arrival, emphasizing the importance of a decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem before his coming. This decree, issued by King Xerxes of Persia in 444 BC, marked the beginning of a countdown to the Messiah's arrival, offering hope to the Jewish people in the face of adversity. This prophecy, deeply intertwined with Jerusalem's history, serves as a beacon of hope for believers across generations. It speaks to the resilience of faith in the face of adversity, reminding us of the enduring power of divine promises. The signing of the Abraham Accords may serve as a milestone in this journey, prompting us to reflect on the significance of Jerusalem and its role in shaping the course of history. However, amidst discussions of prophecy and geopolitics, it's essential to approach these topics with humility and discernment. In ancient times, a prophecy was foretold, specifying a time frame of 7 weeks and 62 weeks, totaling 483 years, from the decree to rebuild Jerusalem in 444 BC to the time of Christ. This prophecy hinted at the arrival of a promised Messiah. The rebuilding of Jerusalem was a monumental task, initiated by the decree of Cyrus, the Persian conqueror of Babylon, in 536 BC. Despite initial opposition, including interference from the Samaritans, the prophets Haggai and Zechariah urged the Jews to persevere, eventually leading to the completion of the temple during the reign of Darius. However, scholars have debated the identity of the individual mentioned in the prophecy, whether it was Cyrus or someone else. Some point to Cyrus's prophecies in Isaiah, where the prophet foretells the rise of a king raised by the Lord to accomplish his plans. To understand the prophecy's timing accurately, we must account for the difference in the length of the Jewish year, which was 360 days. When we convert the years to days and count down from 444 BC, we arrive at March 30th, AD 33, the day celebrated as Palm Sunday when Jesus entered Jerusalem. This momentous event marked the culmination of the prophecy as the promised Messiah made his long-awaited arrival in the Holy City. The journey to rebuild Jerusalem was anything but easy. The Jewish people faced numerous challenges and obstacles along the way, yet their faith and determination remained unwavering. However, amidst the triumphs and struggles of rebuilding Jerusalem, a prophecy loomed large, a prophecy that spoke of a divine plan unfolding over centuries. This prophecy, found in Isaiah 44 and 45, foretold the rise of Cyrus, a powerful Persian king destined to play a pivotal role in the restoration of Jerusalem. According to the prophecy, Cyrus would not only rebuild Jerusalem, but also allow the Jewish exiles to return home without seeking any reward. Indeed, this decree of Cyrus is documented in the Bible, specifically in Ezra 1-4. In this decree, Cyrus acknowledged the God of Heaven's command to build a house in Jerusalem and instructed the Jewish exiles to return and rebuild the temple of the Lord. It was a remarkable decree, one that reflected the divine will and provided hope to a people longing to return to their homeland. However, despite the clarity of the prophecy and the decree issued by Cyrus, there remains some debate among scholars regarding the timing of Jerusalem's rebuilding. Despite the passage of time and the uncertainties of history, the promise of God remains unchanging. It is a promise that guides us through the trials and tribulations of life, offering hope and assurance in the midst of adversity. The prophecy of Isaiah 44 and 45, along with the decree of Cyrus recorded in Ezra 1-4, serves as a testament to the faithfulness of God and the resilience of his people. It is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, God's light shines bright, illuminating the path forward and leading his people to victory. Despite Cyrus's noble intentions, the rebuilding process faced numerous challenges. Opposition arose from the people of the land, who hired counselors to sabotage the Jews' plans, causing trouble throughout the reign of Cyrus and continuing until the time of Darius. The rebuilding of Jerusalem became a symbol of hope and renewal, a testament to the enduring faith of the Jewish community. Despite facing numerous obstacles, the Jewish people achieved a remarkable feat by completing the construction of the temple in just 4.5 years, as documented in Ezra 6:15. This accomplishment brought immense joy to the community, symbolizing the restoration of worship to Jehovah in Jerusalem. It marked a crucial milestone as they prepared for the anticipated final 7 years, during which many prophecies were expected to come to pass. In the initial half of these final 7 years, known as the Great Tribulation, a third temple will be erected on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. This temple will witness the resumption of animal sacrifices, reinstating a tradition central to Jewish worship. However, this period of restoration will be short-lived, as it will be abruptly interrupted by the arrival of the Antichrist. The Antichrist will emerge on the scene, deceitfully claiming to be the Messiah and God himself. This false claim will culminate in an event known as the Abomination of Desolation, where the Antichrist defiles the temple with his presence. This sacrilegious act will mark the beginning of the second half of the Great Tribulation, unleashing a period of unprecedented turmoil and suffering. In between these challenges of this period, God will dispatch 2 witnesses who will preach for 3.5 years. Despite the tribulation, their preaching will spark a great revival among the Jewish people, fulfilling the prophecy outlined in Revelation 7:4. This era will witness the fulfillment of numerous prophecies, setting the stage for the return of Jesus Christ. However, it will also be characterized by devastating wars, famines, plagues, and natural disasters, as God's wrath is poured out against sin and wickedness. The Antichrist will enter into a covenant with Israel for a period of 7 years, but halfway through, he will break this agreement and wage war against Israel. This betrayal will culminate in the Abomination of Desolation, wherein the Antichrist will install an image of himself to be worshipped within the rebuilt Jerusalem temple, signaling the onset of the Great Tribulation. At the conclusion of the tribulation, Jesus Christ will return to defeat the Antichrist and his forces in the epic battle of Armageddon. Following this victory, Jesus will establish his earthly kingdom, reigning for 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Do you believe in God? Let us know your views on the comment section below, and if you like this video, then do give it a big thumbs up. For more such videos, do subscribe to our channel.